Divine Connections Magazine. Get major exposure for your business. Is someone looking for your service? Do you need networking? Are you a gospel artist or a ministry? Do you have a major event that you want to promote? Divine Connections Magazine has the solution for you. We can distribute to residents, businesses, churches, and online. Don't miss this opportunity to expand your marketing locally and around the world. Find out more about us at divineconnectionsmagazine.com. Get your spot in the next issue of Divine Connections Magazine by emailing us for details at divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com.
Make sure to like us on Facebook at Divine Connections Marketing. Follow us on Instagram at Divine Connections.
Let's get it started now.
Great day, everyone. This is Dolores Williams with Divine Connections Magazine. Divine Connection Magazine is a faith-based and inspirational magazine that comes out quarterly in print as well as online. We market with different gospel artists, entrepreneurs, pastors, and anything going on positive in the community. So you can connect with us on our social media platforms at Divine Connections Marketing, on our Instagram page at Divine Connections, and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel at The Divine Connections. We have great things going on, and one of the things we just had going on was the magazine just came out. Make sure you go get your copy at divineconnectionsmagazine.com/subscriptions and get your copy. There's Maxine on the front, and she works a lot with individuals and women and making it happen, how to start your business. And then we have our the Year of the Black Entrepreneur with Ryan Ray here on the Black, and they're doing great things, awesome companies you want to connect with. Also, if you are looking and you need a 30-second or a 60-second commercial, that's one of our services. We provide graphics and 30-second and 60-second commercials. Make sure you send me an email and we'll see if we can connect and make it happen. The next thing we have going on is a sponsor. If you want to be a sponsor on this show, on the 30 seconds at the end of the show, we have just a couple of more spots if you like to be a sponsor, and a 3-month agreement with that. So send an email to let me know that you're interested, and we'll go from there. The next big thing that we are doing with Divine Connections is Divine Connections Mother's Day Special. All right, so I'm looking to honor 100 mothers. If your mother is the best mom ever and she is your Divine Connections, we just want to send a little love her way. We have packages just for only $50, and we're going to put her in the magazine and do some other things with her as well. And it's only $50. So if you have the best mom ever, you want to stay connected and grab the campaign that we're going. Send me an email, or just click the link as well to get information. The next thing we're doing is 100 sponsors. If your business gives out or serves actually, or have products that's good for women, like pocketbooks or like earrings and jewelry or shoes or something for women, we're doing sponsors for only $25 to get listed in Divine Connections directory. Along with, you will send a gift to a mother and put a smile on her face. So we're just honoring mothers right now. And one more thing, I've nominated for Divine Connection Magazine of the Year with S&M Awards. So go to smgospelawards.com and do a nomination for me for Magazine of the Year, okay? And so today, I'm so excited. I love making connections, and we love listening to music. And so I have connected with this young man named Jerry Smith, and from Favor 937. Okay, so we're going to bring him on. Hi, Jerry.
Hello, Dolores. How are you?
Doing well. How are you?
I am humbled that you invited me to be a guest. Thank you very much. And I'm doing well, trying to stay safe in the midst of this pandemic.
Absolutely. Well, I heard you're doing great things in the community. Have your own business. You actually have a major testimony of where you were and where you are right now during this pandemic time. So tell the audience a little bit about yourself and let's hear your story.
Awesome. Well, again, thank you. I'm humbled for this opportunity. Certainly God gets the glory, honor, and the praise. for my life and all that I have been able to do and accomplish. I've been doing radio now for 36 years, a little over 36 years, going on 36 and a half years. I've worked in every radio format that you can imagine, with the exception of country and jazz. I've worked rock, classic rock, top 40. Those are what you call general market radio,
Okay.
AC, and that's a polite way of saying white radio. Neil Sedaka, Barbara Streisand, Kenny Loggins, Kenny Rogers, Peter Cetera, Phil Collins, from Pink Floyd, Jethro Tull, Aerosmith, and the list goes on and on. And of course, I've done urban, I've done gospel, hip hop, and R&B. I've had some great teachers and mentors throughout my career, and for the past 20 years leading up to April, I worked for Urban One / Radio One, and I oversaw their radio programming for the gospel station. I helped to launch about 9 or 10 gospel stations, including XM gospel station, The Spirit, which was one of my highlights until I launched Favor 97.3.
Yeah, yeah.
So with Radio One, I also served as the talent coordinator for their One Love cruise. I used to help other radio stations with booking talent for their anniversary concerts, their outdoor concerts, their community events. So I've just had a full career. I've won numerous awards, but God gets all the glory, honor, and the praise, including a Stellar Award, Coney NAB Religious Station of the Year Award, which is like an Academy Award. It's like an award for the highest level. And I've just been blessed. I really don't like talking about myself, but God again gets the glory, and I'm truly blessed.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And that's the thing, is like God has given us gifts and connections, but at the end of the day, we're great because He gives us guidance and directions and connections to make it happen.
Yes, He does. And that's a big part of my story. Ever since I was a little kid, I come from humble beginnings, the projects of Danbury, Connecticut, High Ridge Gardens, substance abuse in my family, just generational cycles of it, domestic violence, relatives in and out of jail. I could have easily gone in that path, in that direction. There was a little voice talking to me that I didn't realize at the time was the Holy Spirit saying, no, don't go with those guys. Don't do this. Don't do that. But at the same time, I had people that I call it now that I'm older who sowed seeds in me. They would just drop little nuggets. Jerry, you can be really successful, but you got to stay away from bad people doing bad things. You can't be influenced with the peer pressure.
Yeah.
And I call them crossroad moments in my life when I was growing up, where I could have easily gone through the wide gate that the Bible talks about, which is really easy, and do some bad things, or I could choose to go down the straight and narrow, which is a little more difficult, but that's the righteous path. And that's the path that I chose. It wasn't easy, getting picked on and calling nicknames, punk and some other vulgar names. But all of my friends who chose that path ended up dead, in jail, substance abuse, horrible lives. And here I am being interviewed by the Divine Connections. I'm so glad that I went through that straight and narrow. So it's important to me to share my story.
Yeah.
And I didn't always share this story. I didn't talk about the substance abuse in my family, cycle, and domestic violence. But it was about 7 years ago, God laid on my heart, Jerry, look what I've done for you.
Right.
At 12 years old, God put radio in my heart, and people told me I couldn't do it, I wouldn't do it. And as I mentioned, I'm going on 37 years now. And the message that God gave me was that there are young men and women that I have great plans for, but they are being told, and they may not believe that they can achieve these things that I put in their heart. Whether it's a doctor, lawyer, preacher, teacher, astronaut, TV host, dancer, singer, musician, what you're doing. And so I started to tell my story with
Mhm.
transparency, and talking to kids in school and going to prisons and talking to young men and grown men. And, I'm a minister and talk about it in church. And I didn't realize how many people had similar backgrounds that I had. Some people would say, Jerry, I had domestic violence in my home. My father was an alcoholic, but I never told anybody. I never talked about it. But I can relate to everything that you were saying. And
Mhm.
so, it's important for me to share that message with young men and women because I know some of them come from very rural areas, may only have one traffic light, or some people come from the inner city where it's really rough and dangerous, and they want to be a lawyer, they want to be a doctor, they want to, be a scientist, and they're told or believe like because I come from this terrible background that I can't do that. But God, what God has for you is for you.
That's right.
And God didn't put that seed in other people's hearts so they can't see it. Now, I didn't realize that until I got older, and I was guilty of doing some of that myself. My late mom wanted to build a subdivision, and she bought all this land. And I was like, Mom, it costs millions of dollars to do a subdivision. We don't have that kind of money, but God didn't put that in my heart. So it was
Mhm.
hard for me to see, but He put it in her heart.
Mhm.
So now, if anybody says that they want to do something or be something, I tell them it's already done. But God's
Yes.
waiting on you, and you have to work hard, educate yourself to achieve that goal.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's go into the story a little bit about what has challenged you during this pandemic time and how you ended up where you are right now.
Okay. So I started working ever since I was 14 years old, maybe even younger than that. My first job was I was a newspaper boy delivering newspapers. That was my first real job. And from that point on, and I'm originally from Danbury, Connecticut.
Okay.
And so from that point on, I always worked for someone. I did have some entrepreneurship in me, being a DJ, DJing wedding receptions, office parties, in the club, being an MC, hype man. Um, so I did a little of that, but I always had a major employer. Um, and I was the employee, and I had my little side hustle, making a little extra money, but not my own
Mhm.
business. And so, April 7th, 2020, the company I worked for, which was Radio One, laid off a lot of people, hundreds of people, and I was one of them. And I was like in shock because I had so many promotions within the company growing. And when I was laid off with the other folks, and I understood it, and it was no hard feelings, they had to make some really difficult choices because of the pandemic.
Right.
And it didn't only affect our company. One company laid off 2,000 employees
Mhm. Wow.
before we had our cutback. So
Mhm.
here I am thinking, wow, what do I do now? I didn't feel a sense of desperation. I didn't feel like I needed to jump off the bridge. I felt like God had something greater for
Right.
me.
And
Uh,
how long did you work there? How many years?
20 years,
Wow.
20 years for that company, 20 years and multiple promotions. And so the first thing I thought, I said, I'm rusty, dusty, and crusty. That was kind of you to say, young man. I appreciate it. The audience is looking now. They're saying, he is, he's an old funny. But I was like, who's going to hire somebody my age? It's hard to get back in the workforce. And honestly, I think God wanted me to move on from the company sooner than I did, but I was stubborn, fat, happy, content. I was going to ride it out until retirement. And I think God wanted me to prosper more than I was actually doing.
Mhm.
I was making millions of dollars for the companies that I worked for throughout my tenure there. And I think God wanted me to have that. And so I didn't feel a sense of desperation. I felt like something greater was coming. And so I said, well, why not launch my own company doing what I've been doing for
Right.
36 years?
Right.
And so under JAS Consulting and Entertainment, I do radio consulting, I do artist consulting, I do special events, workshops. You mentioned community, that is near and dear to my heart. And once the pandemic dies, I will be doing some amazing things in the community. Right now, I partner with churches and a lot of things that they do and disseminate the information. But I'm a hands-on person. I'm a huggy feely, shake your hand, give you a kiss on the cheek, type of person. And so it's killing me to be confined like this. But once the time is right, I'll be out there doing those community related things. So I'm doing something new under the umbrella of the company that I never had done before, and that's radio promotions. And basically, I act as an artist agent, helping them to get airplay, which I was always on the other side of the fence, people calling me, asking me to play the music on the radio station that I program. So now the role has reversed, and it's great. I'm having a lot of fun. I just picked up a client 3 weeks ago, Mr. Israel Holton and New Breed. Six-time Grammy Award winner. I think he won like 13 Dove Awards, Soul
Yeah.
Play Music Award, and it's just amazing. And that's how good God has been. And then the radio station, Favor. I was planning on launching Favor in 2001. A friend of mine called me up. He said, Jerry, God laid something on my heart. You take this however you want, but to do internet radio. And I said, well, I'm planning on doing it, but sometime in 2021, August, September, maybe July. And he
Yeah.
said, well, why are you waiting so long? And I said, well, I just got laid off. I need a little time to build some capital, and so on and so forth. So he told me it wasn't as expensive as I thought it was. He thought I would do a great job. So I decided to do it. The name Favor comes from just my life and the favor that God has shown me in every aspect of my life. My mother was the one who actually helped me to get a job in radio. I did college radio. And my mom was a preacher, and she had a weekly sermon at a little AM gospel station. She would go in once a week to do her live sermon. And she overheard the general manager say he needed some part-time help. And she said, well, my son did it playing the blues in college. Maybe he can help. And he said, send him down. And I went and I talked to him. That was in August of 1984. And I have been doing it ever since. So in memory and in honor of my late mother, who passed away September 5th, 2018, I launched Favor 97.5 September 5th, 2020 at 5:55 a.m. That was the time they told us that she passed. So I just wanted to do something special in memory of her, because my career has been amazing. I've been able to travel around the world and meet so many cool people, and it's just been a blessed life.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Well, we thank God that you stepped out the boat. You had a knowledge experience for 19 years, and it's been challenging for a lot of people during this COVID time. But it also allowed us to have faith in the God that we say that we trust, and we gonna step outside the boat and walk on water and allow the greater one on the inside to work, for us, in us, and through us.
Yeah, I agree. I think God gives us some gifts, and oftentimes we don't see what God is giving us. Like in my career, I've worked with these amazing program directors. They always used to say all these things. You're going to do well. You're going to program multiple radio stations. Let me talk to you about integrity, because you're going to do well. And this is important, that when you leave this business, that you leave with a good reputation. And when people think of Jerry Smith, they think of a man of integrity. And I was like, why are they having this conversation with me? What is it they see in me that I don't see? And for those who are viewing right now, I guarantee you that you may be questioning some of the things that people are saying to you about your knowledge, about your experience, about your talents, about your gifts. And, we all know the saying that your gifts will make room for you, but oftentimes we limit ourselves. And if we don't step beyond those borderlines, those parameters, if we don't step outside that box, then we won't grow. I remember when I had the opportunity many years ago to do a morning show, and it was for a urban radio station, and I knew it was a big risk. I knew that my salary was going to double,
Mm.
but the risk was if I didn't do well, then I would lose the job, because that's the key morning show. I mean, the key day part for a radio station is the morning show. That's
Right.
where they make the most revenue. The commercials are the highest, the most listeners.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought about it and I said, well, I can stay stuck here and maybe gradually grow,
Right.
or I can take this opportunity that presented itself and just do my very best and know that whether I fail or succeed, that I did the best that I could do. Well, I succeeded. And that was the launch of me just earning more revenue, more income, and so on and so forth. And it was like the greatest thing that I did, stepping outside of my comfort zone. So I
Mm.
just encourage those who are viewers to step outside of your comfort zone. And I, for 20 years, I worked for Radio One Urban One. Totally 36 years in the broadcast industry for both radio and television. But I was fat and happy as opposed to stepping out and being my own entrepreneur and having my own business. So God kicked me out. He was
Mm.
like, listen, you ain't going to leave. I got great things for you. I want to prosper you more than what you have, and you don't want to get it. And you're not going to get it there working for someone else. So I'm just so excited about the potential.
Yeah.
Coming up on a year, April 7th will be 1 year since
Wow.
this happened to me. And time has gone by like
I
that.
know. Yeah.
And so the company is in the building stages, but it's just progressing so well.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, and that's just about stepping out on faith, because I've heard so many stories about, basically God kind of stirring up some stuff on the inside of us during this pandemic. I know for myself, even with my Divine Connections magazine, I feel like he's pushing me to go from part-time to full-time to do, even more of it, and it's a challenge. But I believe that's where it is right now. And then it's like I've been doing, like just working since I was probably 16. So it's been about, I guess, 19 or so years or more. And just paying bills. They come in and they go out. They come in and they go out. And then I haven't worked since my other job since March. And I've never been able to get ahead, or, try to get ahead. And I haven't worked, even though I've been working my Divine Connections. I now got a little money saved. Now I'm ahead in some of my bills 3 months, that I've been trying to do. And I'm like, now, isn't that interesting? God just has a way,
I know. I mean, it's like, I think for a lot of people, such as yourself and me, that this pandemic it's turning out to be a blessing. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? The new norm is different. The new
Yeah.
normal is different. I mean, people working from home, in their PJs, their undergarments, doing the meetings virtually now. I mean, it's like, it's never going to be the same.
Right.
It may get back close, but people have found new ways of doing things. People that may not have trusted purchasing items on Amazon or online or, DoorDash and all that stuff.
Yeah.
HelloFresh, whatever. It's just changed everything. And it's changed business. I know for a fact that it's changed radio, because radio now realizes that they can do a lot of things virtually. People can work from home, so it's going to cut down on a lot of overhead for radio. And for internet radio, I think the timing is like perfect, because people now, the new cars come with these connected cars, dashes that you can hear internet stations. You can program your favorite station or listen via Bluetooth. Back in the day, it was AM, FM, CD.
Right.
Not anymore. I don't have a connected car. I'm just telling you, I'm praying that one day God will bless me and I can just punch my radio station in. But until that time, you know, people like, yeah, I listen to your station in my car all the time. I just punch it up and listen to it. So that is so cool. So I think that it's going to be interesting how we proceed after going through this pandemic.
Right. And I know we were talking to Macy's a little bit earlier before this, and I was saying how, in the morning, I want to have my mind refreshed when I'm just getting up. And I started listening to your station, just going to the phone and go to the internet and click in the station. And I just enjoyed it. It gets my day going on, get my mind right. So I don't have a car like that either, but I got my phone and all I got to do.
That's right. That's right. I stopped listening to terrestrial radio outside of my car a long time. I listen on my phone all the time. I've got, the apps, and I just tap that app and I listen to the stations on the phone. And I do that with Favor 97.3 as well. I listen to my internet station to make sure it's on the air and everything sounds right. And my clients' commercials are running and so on and so forth. So I monitor it 24/7. And the only time I really listen on the computer is when I'm at the desktop,
Right.
the laptop. But otherwise, I'm listening in my car on the phone, around the house, away from the desk on my phone. So it's great. It's great. People consume radio a lot differently now than back in the day. So it's really, really exciting.
Awesome. Awesome. The next thing we're going to do is I'm going to try to show the video that's on your website.
Okay.
Tight, and let's see if we can get that on. All right. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Thank you for showing that. JAS Consulting and Entertainment, a lot under the umbrella. Once this pandemic dies down, I'm going to be doing some shows. I have a comedy show scheduled for August 21st in Durham, North Carolina.
Yeah.
If the pandemic will allow us to meet and mingle, and so that's what I'm planning on doing. And I've been fortunate to create a lot of events with Radio One, or coordinate a lot of events, concerts, workshops, community related events, comedy shows. The One Love Cruise, I started off just helping them to get artists for Radio One, and before you know it, I'm helping to coordinate seminars and workshops and Bible study and morning prayer and concerts. I'm talking like 6 or 7 concerts at one time. So I've been really, really blessed to do a lot, and it's a new season for me. I'll just be doing all those things with my own company and working for others. So if you need help coordinating a workshop or a concert or booking talent for your event, that's what my company is all about.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So as far as your radio station, what kind of clients are you looking for? If they're independent artists?
Yeah, well, if an independent artist wants to advertise their music, that is fine. I'm really focusing on small businesses. It's really expensive to advertise in radio, terrestrial radio. And I offer packages that are very affordable to help smaller businesses to be able to advertise their products, goods, and services to people, let them know what they are at an affordable rate. And in addition to getting the commercials on the radio station, I provide a link on my favor973.com website. So if the listener hears something, they can go to they're like, man, I didn't have time to get all that information. They can go to the website and click on that sponsor. It'll take them to the sponsor's website. It'll have a phone number. It'll have an email address. It's getting good results for a lot of people. Every month I add new clients on, and I'm really thankful for that. And again, I'm just having fun doing great radio and and helping people to. This is somebody who wants some community. One of my community partners. Probably saying, hey, Jerry, we're giving away some free food, something. Can you help us get the word out? We want people to come, and we got a tractor trailer truck coming to give away some non-perishables, perishables, fruit. So I'll talk to him later. But that's my heart. It's just to help people in general. And that continues with the radio station to help smaller businesses that can't afford to spend thousands of dollars on advertising.
Awesome. That is Mr. Jerry Smith from Favor 97.3. Am I saying it right?
That's it, 97.3.
Awesome. We're gonna ask you to leave some contact information if somebody wants to get in contact with you. How do they stay connected?
Yeah, the website is real easy. It's jerrysmith03.com. The Favor website is favor973.com. You can call me at 919-395-4905. The email address is the letter J, smith03radio@gmail.com. Whatever it is, I would love to help you to get to the next level with whatever it is that you do. If it's a restaurant, to help you get the word out about your delicious food. If you're in real estate, if you're a church, to help you get the word out about that. If you're a wedding planner or event planner, similar to what I do, help you to get people to come to your business and know about your business. So
awesome.
I'm here to serve.
Awesome. Did I put the number on there right? 919-395-4905?
That's it. Thank you for doing that.
Awesome. This is Mr. Jerry Smith, you guys. Love it. Favor 97.3. And then we're just grateful for what you're doing in the community and sharing the gospel. And that, at the end of the day, that's what it is. When people have things they want to share, the community or music, it's sharing the gospel in different various sets and avenues. And so would you leave us with a word of encouragement?
I just want you to know that you are here for a reason. There's purpose for your life. You're not here just by happenstance, by chance. You're not here just to exist. God chose you. God knit you. He wove you in your mom's belly before you were even thought of.
That's right.
And God's got an assignment for you. God chose you to do something, and you know what it is. Deep down inside, you know what it is. And other people may not be able to see it or understand it, but you can see it, you can smell it, you can taste it, you can hold it in your hand. And I encourage you to follow your dreams, follow what God put on your heart, to step out on faith. We know that faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen, right? It's hard stepping out on faith because we're all like, it has to be tangible. We have to feel it. We have to hold it. Okay, I know I got this cup, but we have to believe that, you know what? that there's a cup out there, and I'm going to have it, and I'm going to have that cup in my hand. Amen. Even though I don't see it, I don't have it right now. That's how it is with whatever it is that God put in your heart. It could be a profession. It could be to be an entrepreneur. It could be to be a philanthropist, to help others, community, whatever. Just know that God has purpose for your life, and you may be waiting on him, but God's already done it. He's going to put the people in your pathway. He's going to, direct your path, but you got to go get it. Mary did this song years ago. Go get it. Go get your blessing. Go get it. It's out there for you. So you sound good, Dolores. I like that. I like that. So just go get it. Just go get it. You're God's child. He loves his child. He loves children. He loves us unconditionally, and he only wants to bring us peace, joy, love, and happiness, not depression, fear, doubt. No. He wants you to have a happy and prosperous life. So hopefully I shared something that touched one person out there. And thank you again for this opportunity to be on Divine Connections. I'm so humbled that you would want to even take a minute to find out more about me and my business at Favor 97.3. And I do want to say this, that Favor 97 is a streaming internet radio station. It's not like you can't punch it in on your car radio. It's a streaming internet radio. So to find us, you have to you have to search favor973.com. Favor973.com. The name of the station is Favor 97.3. But to hear it, you have to pull it up online. And you can search Favor 97.3 and we'll come up. By God's grace, I think we're the first one that comes up in the Google search. But it's a streaming internet radio station heard worldwide.
I love it. I love it. We thank you, Mr. Jerry Smith from Favor 97.3.
I like how you say that. Uh-oh. Watch out now. I might be calling you to be a DJ.
You got to say it so they don't forget. Favor.
There you go. That's right. You're walking in favor. It's Favor 97.3. You are walking in favor.
You are walking in favor. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you so much for your time and what you do for the community. Thank you for coming on today and being my special guest. I'm just excited to connect with you. So you guys look out. So we're going to stay connected, and I can't tell you what's going to come up next once we get together and make this Divine Connections, make it happen. And so I'm definitely excited to connect with some great people that's out in the community making it happen. Again, thank you again for being my guest, Mr. Jerry Smith of Favor 97.3.
Amen. And before we leave, I'd like to do something you mentioned earlier. Hopefully I'm not taking up all your time.
You're fine.
But, for Mother's Day, that you're doing something special for $25. Is that correct? I'd like to sponsor 3 people. So I tell you what, the first 3, I'm gonna have to make you work for it though. And I'll connect with you.
Okay.
And you can't, obviously, because this is your thing. So you're ineligible, Dolores. Okay. But the first 3 people that go to Favor 97.3's Facebook page, which is Favor 973, and say, I heard your interview or I saw your interview, the first 3, then those will be the winners, and I will sponsor the $25 package thingamajig. I can't remember all the details, but whatever it is. So that'll be 3 people, and I'll send you $75 to get them straight.
All right, y'all better get to checking. So tell them the instructions one more time.
All right, the first 3 people that go to the Facebook Favor 97.3's Facebook page and just put your name and say, I saw the interview with you. You will be the winner. So it'll be the first, the second, and the third. If you're the 4th, then I'm sorry, or the 5th, 6th, or 7th, I'm sorry. It's the first three. The first three. And then I'll get you their information, the names, and we'll contact them, and then we'll take care of them.
Awesome.
And what are they winning again? I mean, I know it costs $25.
Yeah, that's for the sponsors if they want to send out a gift. The businesses that have a gift of Mother's Day, they'll send out a package or, whatever set of, if they got a pair of earrings or a gift that they can give to a mother.
Okay.
So those are sponsors.
Okay, so it would go to a sponsor, that $25?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it can be for a sponsor. So they're two different sets. So it's $50 to get a mother recognized, basically, and get some goodie gifts at $50 for that packet. And I want 100 of those, just 100 mothers. And then the other packet is a sponsorship for businesses that have different products for mothers.
Okay.
And they'll be able to send a gift out to a mother.
Got it. So I will cover that $25 for 3 businesses. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Okay.
Right. So if you listen up closely now, if you're a business owner, you got some Mother Day gifts, you'll be in Divine Connections directory, and you have to ship that gift to the mother, but who's going to sponsor it? So all you got to do is really send the gift to a mother. So 3 people, and again, the instructions are go to your Facebook page, was it?
Yep, Favor 973 at Favor 973 on Facebook. At Favor 973 on Facebook.
All right, I think I did it right. At Favor 973, go to his Facebook. The first 3 business owners that said they saw this video will get that spot.
You're right. I'll cover that $25 spot for them.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being a part of it. Woo-hoo!
All right. And I'm going to say that again.
I tell you, everybody need to like and share this video.
Right. And I, publicly want to invite you to listen to Favor 97.3. Please go to our website, click on the Listen Live link. It's FAVOR973.com. Thank you. God bless you. And I pray that 2021 is the best year of your life.
Woo! Awesome. Thank you again, Jerry, so much. We look forward to staying connected, and we're going to let our sponsors end the show. But I just want to take the time to say thank you so much for being on. We're definitely going to stay connected, and we're going to make some things happen.
Amen. Thank you. I'm so blessed to have this divine connection with you, and I'm looking forward to it growing and growing and growing and doing some amazing things. And again, thank you for having me.
My pleasure. Thank you as well. Stay tuned. Thank you again for Mr. Jerry Smith for being my guest. And you guys, stay tuned. This is Dolores Williams with Divine Connections. Make sure you stay connected to the #1 Divine Connector, which is Jesus Christ. And we'll end with listening to our sponsors. You all have a phenomenal day. Jerry, hold tight.
Do you need a radiant style? Come and see Delphine at Radiance African Hair Braiding Shop at 410 Four Seasons Boulevard at Four Seasons Mall on the 2nd floor in Greensboro, North Carolina. We design creative styles of braiding, crochet, sew-ins, wedding styles, and so much more. Appointments and walk-ins are welcome. We also have a salon booth for rent. We are open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Contact Delphine today, 336-210-3102.
Divine Connections Magazine. Get major exposure for your business. Is someone looking for your service? Do you need networking? Are you a gospel artist or a ministry? Do you have a major event that you want to promote? Divine Connections Magazine has the solution for you. We can distribute to residents, businesses, churches, and online. Don't miss this opportunity to expand your marketing locally and around the world. Find out more about us at divineconnectionsmagazine.com. Get your spot in the next issue of Divine Connections Magazine by emailing us for details at divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com.
Make sure to like us on Facebook at Divine Connections Marketing. Follow us on Instagram at Divine Connections.
Let's get it started now.
Okay.